Hello, 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 everyone. Hello. Let's get this started, get this going. Hello, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to Astrology Saturday with your host with the most, Chad the Maverick. Welcome back in to those who are coming in for the first time. Hello, my name is Chad the Maverick. I am an astrology teacher here at House of Intuition. I come live every Saturday to talk about the astrology of the week upcoming. And I also do classes every single Monday at 6 p.m. PST, 9 p.m. EST, and I'll break down what's going on with whatever topic that I'm talking about. They're $10 Zoom classes. Feel free to sign up on the House of Intuition page every single Monday. So check it out every Monday. Get that blocked off. Hello, welcome back in to everybody that's coming in. Hello, welcome. We have a lot of major shifts this week. Not gonna lie, there's a lot of shifts that are going on. First time here, welcome. This is how we get down. For anyone who's going to be looking for this live stream after, it is going to be on the House of Intuition page. It's also going to be on my page as well. Chad and Maverick across the board for all social media, Instagram, Twitter, and my YouTube as well. So, without further ado, allow me to start breaking down what's going on. We have 3 shifts happening this week that are very, very critical. The reason why I ended up naming this live stream Passion and Love and Communications is because these are 3 planets that are making changes that are going to be affecting our passion, our love, and our communication all at the same time. It's pretty amazing. So for y'all who don't know, there's going to be a shift coming with Mercury, right? Which is our mind. It's our collective conscious mind. That's our Mercury, right? Then we're also going to be dealing with Venus making a shift, right? Which is our heart space, which is our heart chakra. It's our feelings, all of those things that are concerned, right? And then we have Mars, the big boss that's been going on for a while, going retrograde at 28 degrees, which is our drive, our willpower. And I'm going to explain Mars retrograde when I get a little bit deeper in. Once again, welcome everyone. Drop some hearts. Say what's up. Chad the Maverick across the board as far as all my social media is concerned. And yeah, let's hop into it because it's a lot to break down this week. So without further ado, today, let's talk about today. Today, the 5th, right? Mercury just made its shift into Libra, right? Mercury has been in Virgo for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. If you've been to any of my other live streams, I was very critical on that. Y'all might have remembered the glasses. I was very like, this is what you need to be doing in order for you to pass this Mercury in Virgo. So anyone who's like sat, done the work, done the affirmations, wrote out what it is that they wanted to do, wanted to accomplish, this Mercury in Libra, right, is now going to be connecting you with people and with situations that are going to align with that. So you're going to be able to partner with other people that have similar mindsets as you, similar mind states, similar thought constructs, ideas. The whole idea behind this communication is creating harmony, right? There's been a lot of like rough stuff in the astrology this whole entire year. So coming into this time frame now, this is going to be more so about how are we going to be able to communicate from a more peaceful space, not only within ourselves, but with other people. How do we end up streamlining this peacekeeper nature, this peacekeeper energy as much as we can in order for this to happen? Now, mind you, this shift is going on while the moon is in Aries. So that whole harmony shift and balance isn't going to be immediate. But this is the part when it comes to the communications, right? The way that shift, our communications now are getting a little bit closer to what it is that we actually want to express, closer to what it is that we actually want to speak on, identify with, tap into. These are all of the type of themes that are pulling through, coming in with this Mercury in Libra, right? So the moon is in Aries today as well. There's still a lot of dynamic energy. There's still a lot of strong, fiery energy that's going on through the collective. It just passed through Chiron. It just passed through Lilith. For those who want to know more about Chiron and Lilith, these are 2 critical planets about healing. They're 2 critical planets as well about like inner power and how we express this certain form of inner power through our healing as well. I'm going to be having a class, as a matter of fact, on this upcoming Monday called Healing Our Sacred Wounds, where I break down Chiron and Lilith in depth and break it down through all the signs, through the houses. And for anyone that comes through, I always let them use their charts as an example. So it's pretty much like me explaining how that affects whoever the person is when they drop that in. So that's something that I generally do in my classes. So feel free to pull up Monday on Zoom, houseintuition.com. So moving on, right? So not only is Mercury making a shift into Libra, mind you, Mercury is the mind. Mercury is our brain in a sense, right? You can't do anything without the brain. Mercury is the in-between of all things. Mercury is the messenger. Without being able to make Mercury connect one thing to another thing, we wouldn't have things that would work together in cohesion. Everything would just be that one thing. You know what I'm saying? You trying to grab a cup of coffee would be like you wouldn't even understand how to grab your coffee because Mercury wouldn't allow you, the brain parts in between wouldn't connect in order for you to, hey, I should pick this up. Get where I'm coming from? So that's going into Libra once again, which is about finding the peace, finding the harmony. Make sure that you breathe and make sure that you allow just a time for your own personal space as well as other people's personal space to start to blend. And once that happens, and once you find that inner homeostasis, once you find that inner balance, you'll start finding other kindred spirits that want to bring that balance in with you, want to bring in that same type of energy. Now, where are these kindred spirits coming from, you might ask? Well, tomorrow, it's to be Sunday, right? Sunday, Venus is going into Leo, right? And what's Venus and Leo about? That passionate love, that real love feeling, those hearts that I'm just seeing right now. It's like that heart, literally Venus and Leo is just a bunch of heart emojis. I mean, that's the best way to explain it. Heart emojis of every color, just boom. And the reason why I'm putting it like that is because Venus and Leo is the fire of love. You get where I'm coming from? Venus and Leo is about the heat. The also with the heart chakra is a lot to do with that, with both of these combined. I usually break down Venus as the physical heart chakra, and I also usually break down Leo as the passion of the heart. So Venus in Leo is literally hearts. That's pretty much the way that goes. So this is making a new difference. So now we're tapping into what it is that we love, what actually radiates. We're tapping back into our creativity that started sparking off Leo season. Some things that you might have sparked off Leo season that didn't come through yet are going to start coming through with this Venus and Leo, because you had to start radiating from that frequency at a longer for longer than just a little bit. You had to really usher in a lot of this heart energy that's been going through in order to tap deeper into your own heart. This is really even more important because we have the North Node in Gemini making a connection to Lilith. So it's you have to really tap in to that real authenticity, really into that heart space, because that's what's going to be making these kindred spirits come through, making these communications work even better. Hence why this whole title is Passionate Love and Communication. Now, this passionate love doesn't have to purely be romantic. This is the idea. This is in between. It could be a romantic situation. It could be one of those situations, but it's more so embracing the heart of a child, embracing your childlike heart, your inner child. This is a lot of inner child healing that's coming through with this Venus and Leo that's making it shift. And that's going to be starting tomorrow on Sunday, right? Where the moon's also going to be in Taurus. So with the moon in Taurus, it's going to be conjuncting Uranus, pretty much making shifts to your physical reality out of nowhere that end up bringing you into closer alignment with whatever it is that your heart is telling you. So the whole idea behind this moon in Taurus aspect is yes, it's going to help you structure and hold that energy. So when you hold that energy, more people that align with you are able to come through. More people that feel your vibration, feel where you're coming from, feel where your heart is saying, feel where your mind is at, are going to be coming to you. And this is going to be a shift that's going to be happening, I believe, throughout the rest of this month for both Mercury and Venus. But I'll be breaking those down in further live streams to come, just to give you a little more information as it comes through. But these are the shifts that are happening this week, and especially on this Sunday is when that starts, right? Now, moving on, we're going to Monday, right? So Monday, we have the moon in Taurus once more, but it's going to be trining with what my friend peace dealer calls the gauntlet. And the gauntlet has been all of those planets in Capricorn wrecking house to everything that we know. And the reason why this is happening, right, is because now it's like, because of this new structure that you found, because of this new sense of value that you may have found in this general process of the last couple of days, what this is going to be doing is help you establish these structures. Establish that. You're going to hear me say that a lot, because the reason why is because these outer planets are helping people establish into the things that they feel. And with the moon in Taurus, this is about your feelings. This is about your intuition. This is about your emotions, right? So it's like taking what you are emotionally structured with, taking with what you guys are emotionally feeling, and being able to structure it in a way where it starts to actually line up together. Things will start to align in a sense and start to make more sense. It's coming up this upcoming Monday, right? Mind you, Mercury in Libra and Venus in Leo just made the shift, so it's starting to rev up slowly but surely. They're making aspects to each other as well, so it's revving up, like communications, love, passionate love, and communication. See that? See what I did? Look at that. What's up? So moving on, right? Coming up this upcoming Tuesday, we have the moon in Taurus shifting into Gemini. So now it's going to be more. So Tuesday is going to be a lot about communications. You might even notice that, hey, I'm a little more talkative today. Hey, I just want to like have a conversation today. Hey, I just want to, and like, it's going to be one of those situations where it's like you're going to be able to speak on a higher level, higher vibration. And it's not going to be necessarily harsh talk. It's going to be like a fun conversation. It's going to be like, in comparison to some of this other stuff, they're still making a square over to Virgo because it's still Virgo season. But the whole idea behind this is that you're still going to be able to have communications about the things that you've worked on, about the new things that you've learned. And you're not going to necessarily have them in like a hard fact, like this is what needs to happen. It's more so going to be like a little bit lighthearted. It's more of a lighthearted energy coming in this Tuesday. After a lot of shifts that were happening the weeks before. If you're in these live streams beforehand, a lot of things were happening. This is a bunch of shifts as far as our inner planets are concerned. So that means that the way that we end up feeling about a lot of things are making shifts, because these are things that are closer to the earth. These are things that are closer to our actual influence in comparison to some other planets, right? Moving on to this Wednesday. Once more, for anyone in here, my name's Chad the Maverick. I'm an astrology teacher here at House of Intuition. My website is chadthemaverick.com. I run readings and consultations. I just added live consultations as well. A lot of people were asking if I could do lives and like live one-on-one things. So I ended up setting up an hour and a half readings where I just go off and break down everything that I can see. We talk back and forth, whatever the case may be. I have all that on my website. If you don't, and you're not interested in a one-on-one, there's also, I have the audios that I do as well for natal chart readings, where I break down your natal chart in an audio file, audio format. So then you can take it, listen to it, hear it, absorb it, and then also use that as a tool whenever you start to look at your own astrology, whenever you start to put that going down. So my @ is going to be Chad the Maverick. Let me type it in right now. Chad the... Boom. Look at that. Bam. So that's Chad the Maverick. I can't pin it right now because I have the title pinned. But that is what's going to be my information as far as anything's concerned, right? So, moving on, we're at Wednesday, right? So, this is a moment that astrologers and everybody and all this stuff have been waiting for, and I've been talking about, and I've been mentioning pretty much since Mars in Aries began. And that is the infamous Mars in Aries retrograde. Bum, bum, bum. So, yeah, when it comes to Mars and Aries has been very about breaking down. Mars has been very about breaking down. It's not even breaking down anything. It's about being fully in our identity and identification. So you might notice that some people have been a little like, with a lot of things. People have been a little more assertive, a little more aggressive with a lot of things just in general within this last, this started I think in March, so it's been going on for a while. So as you can see, when people are very like adamant, going at one another, etc., etc., it's because of Mars and Aries. Mars and Aries is like, this is what I feel, this is what I think, and I'm going to push it forward, blah, 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 blah. Like that's what Mars and Aries is all about. Hello. So the whole idea behind this Mars in Aries going retrograde, right? This is going to be very key. Like I said, it starts on Wednesday. Mars in Aries retrograde is going to be about the revisitation and the reassessment of why we've been as assertive as we have been, why we have been pushing the things that we have been, why we've been so adamant about the things that we've been so adamant about. Why have we been in this like full on like, why has everyone been a little bit on edge? Why are all these situations happening? Like what's going to be going on for these upcoming 3 months is people are going to have to be revisiting these feelings of that fire, revisiting why is it that I feel this fire in comparison to just feeling the fire. Now, don't get me wrong, the fire is still going to be felt, but the whole idea behind this is that when you let yourself be in the energy to reassess actions, moves, desires, motives, when you're in that energy, you're set. The thing that ends up happening is not everyone is privy to astrology. Not everyone is privy to these information or these this type of cosmic source that's always going around about it. It's not everyone's privy to it. If you want to put someone onto it, send them this video after the live stream. But the whole idea behind it is that when it comes to this Mars and Aries fire, it's very hard to contain. So when it's in retrograde and you after watching this know, hey, this is a reassessment time. Like maybe I shouldn't like go too fast, or maybe I should think before I go and just do this thing. Like it's not going to be like that for everyone else around you. So for a lot of people that don't know and may not be privy to it, they're going to be extremely frustrated. They really might show off some like frustration. They really might have some like inner resentments that they don't know how to talk about or don't know how to pinpoint. And the reason why is because with Mars in retrograde, everyone's supposed to be reassessing that. You're not supposed to be just pushing out. Everything for the last like X amount of months has been like, do it, go, whatever. Like this is going to be like, do it, take a step back, go, make sure this is right, go. All right, let's make sure this is this. So if you do that, right, you're good. You're good. You're in the clear. Everything's golden. Congratulations. You're doing great. For people that don't know that, it could be a little bit more of an issue for themselves because it's going to be them fighting within themselves, trying to find their truth, not understanding that they need to reassess in order for them to tap into their truth and then push the things that actually resonate forward in comparison to just trying to like having that battle with yourself. Do not make this Mars in retrograde a battle with yourself. Make this Mars in retrograde a reassessment on the things that you do want to get rid of within yourself that don't work out, but don't make it a war ground for yourself. That is my biggest advice. Do not do that. Make it so it's like, hey, let's snub these things inside that don't work, and then we'll reassess how we go about the actions that we take in comparison to just, you get where I'm coming from? That's basically what I'm trying to break down as far as this Mars in retrograde. This is going to be going on for 3 months. I know I'm going to be referencing this again in upcoming live streams, so I'm not going to fully dive into it because there's going to be different aspects that it makes, but I do want to break down how that slow and steady does win the race. Thank you. Slow and steady wins the race when it comes to Mars in retrograde. You don't have to push everything out at the same time. Make sure that you take the steps. And that's what Mercury and Libra is going to kind of help with, because it's like, all right, balance this out, balance that out. Venus and Leo is going to be like passion. So that's the reason why at the end of the day, putting all these things together, the title for this is Passionate Love and Communication. Passion being Mars in retrograde. Love being Venus and Leo. And then communications being Mercury, which is Mercury and Libra. So with all these shifts, with these inner planets, all affecting us on a very personal level, that's the reason why I wanted to break it down in that sense, right? So Wednesday is when Mars in retrograde starts. One thing that's also happening on Wednesday is that the Sun in Virgo is going to be making its trine to Jupiter in Capricorn. So the Sun in Virgo with this trine to Jupiter in Capricorn is taking everything that you've been working on this Virgo season, working on yourself, working on your health, working on everything as far as like anything meticulous is concerned. Everything that you've been working on is going to start to be pushed forward with this expansion, with this luck. You get where I'm coming from? So just for everyone that's popping in saying like what their signs is, this is going to be a collective reading for everybody. So if I'm talking about this affects you. It's going to affect you in different ways depending on your own astrology. If you want to learn your own astrology and figure out how your own personal astrology works, I do run readings and services as well. Maverick.com. It's in the link on my Instagram as well. Basically, I do run the services. I break down audio readings, which I like to do because it lets you keep a reading so you can listen back to it any time. And I also just started to offer live readings as well through Zoom, which will be like an hour long, 90 minutes long. And I really just break down all your astrology. It's going to be just a session going back and forth and breaking down everything you probably need to know about your chart and how your energies work on the inside. You get where I'm coming from? Because once you know your energy, when I start saying these things and when I start saying Mercury's going into Libra, you'll be like, oh, that's going on in my 4th house. Oh, so that means I need to be like speaking more with my family. Or be like, oh, Venus and Leo, that's going on in my 2nd house. Now I need to make sure that my love and passion goes into my resources and things around me. Like, that's how it all starts to click. So feel free to get a reading with me. Pull up for that. I also have my classes every week where I break down different topics of astrology so you can end up like seeing how those specifically work with you. I have Chiron and Lilith coming up for my next one, and that's pretty much that. Can we take notes during our readings? I suggest you do take notes. Please take notes. take notes. I definitely suggest you take notes. I'll give you the time frame in between. It's just going to be back and forth. I'm also going to probably have them recorded as well, but that's another conversation when that gets there. So breaking this down further, let's get down the rest of the astrology, and then I'll go back, circle everything around. So on Thursday, right? This Thursday coming up. On Thursday, we have Mercury and Libra opposing Chiron and Aries, right? So now Mercury and Libra, which is going to be these newfound passions and stuff, these newfound people, these kindred spirits, these conversations that we have are going to be opposing Chiron and Aries. So it's like before you get into this authenticity behind finding and harmonizing with people, you need to first address the wounds, the Chiron, right? Speaking of Chiron, where can we sign up for the classes? On the classes is going to be on the House Intuition page. I'm also going to have those linked through my website as well. There's going to be a mark at the top that says classes. It's going to be next to services and whatever else, whatever have you. Check it out yourself. So then you click on the classes, and then I have them all like labeled out, right? And speaking of classes, I have one on Chiron. And Chiron on this given Thursday is going to be pretty much having people address these certain pains within themselves, address certain things that they haven't worked on in order for them to find a personal balance with it. So when they start to harmonize with other people, they don't take those same pains and situations that they may have gone through and put them out onto anyone else. So that's what Thursday's kind of about. It's about checking in house where it's like, hey, these people are being really communicative and they're really trying to work with me and they're really into the things that I'm into and et cetera, but you can't be taking the old pain of whatever else into new scenarios of like communication. So the whole idea behind this is kind of a clearing and cleansing of house. So it's like, hey, let's get back into ourselves truly, so we don't end up not being ourselves or being our not self in the process, and not finding that true harmony and balance. So the way that this ends up working is that this is also going to be Moon in Gemini is going to be conjuncting the North Node when this happens as well. So with the Moon in Gemini making this connection to the North Node, we're going to be launching our destiny forward. Destiny is completely and utterly represented by the North Node. So having this destiny, what we're supposed to be going to, is going to be about building communications, having communications about the things that we've gone through, having communications and finding new harmony, finding new balance. All this North Node in Gemini has been about is communication, speaking with one another, connecting with one another, as far as what our mindsets are about what has been going on. That's the reason why there's been so many people from all different walks of life having new conversations that they've never had before, or having discussions. Sometimes those can get heavy, sometimes those are lighthearted, but the whole idea is making those new communications in order for things to work out. So with the moon being here, everyone's going to be finding new areas to communicate on so they can speak about the things that they care about, speak about the things that they like. You get where I'm coming from? And find others that end up having that same energy. So on Friday, right, we have the Sun in Virgo with its opposition to Neptune and Pisces. So this is going to be very, very, very similar to the full moon energy that we just had. One second. So it's going to be very similar to the full moon energy that we just had. And the reason why it's going to have its familiarity to that energy is because the sun is going to be making that same opposition to Pisces. So this is kind of like the last moment of the let go, the release, right? It's going to be the last moment of releasing the things that don't serve your higher purpose, the things that don't serve what you're going to be moving forward on, the things that don't serve you, right? And on top of that, the moon's going to be in Cancer, so it's going to be from an emotional level where all of this cleansing standpoint is going to be coming from, right? And that's what's going to be making this change. That full moon energy was intense. Yes, it was 100%. I don't know a single person that wasn't like out because of the full moon in Pisces that went through. But the reason why is because the moon was meant to clean house. The moon was meant to wash away the things that weren't working with us, wash away the things that weren't resonating with our person, the things that were it was basically like a removal of toxins. It was like taking away all the toxins as far as what we've been holding and harboring inside. It was supposed to take away all of those things in order for the dreams to start to flood in. So you might even notice some dreams that might flood in, things that you never thought would happen are starting to like happen. And it's like, okay, we'll keep riding the waves. Keep riding the waves, because this is what Virgo season is still trying to gift everybody before it ends off and goes into Libra. I'll be breaking that down as the week comes, because I'm here every week. Saturday, 2 p.m. EST, 11 a.m. PST. I'm here, and it'll be on the site as well. I'm back every week. I'm here every Monday teaching the class. Y'all, I'm here. What's up? So that's what I'm going to be breaking down the astrology. And so next Saturday, we have a big important shift. So please tune in on the next Saturday, because I will break it down then, which is going to be Jupiter and Capricorn going direct. Have you felt like you've been limited as far as like your finances are concerned? Have you felt like there has been a slow influx in how your business is running? Have you felt like you haven't been able to work the right way? You haven't been able to do certain things like that? Jupiter going direct is going to change all of that. It's going to be like, congratulations, you've passed the struggle period. Let's start getting this working. You get where I'm coming from? So I'll be breaking that down deeper coming in. That's going to be next Saturday. So next Saturday, please show up. I'm going to be breaking down Jupiter and Capricorn. I think I wrote it down for the next stuff. Jupiter and Capricorn, and it's going to be the road to Libra season pretty much coming up next week. And then I'll be breaking that down, the last of this Virgo energy, how you can use the last of this Virgo energy in order to make sure that your manifestations pull through, make sure everything that you need gets set up so it works out. You get where I'm coming from? So that's pretty much how that's set up. But yeah, that's the astrology of the week thus far. Outside of that, once more, Chad the Maverick is the name. Astrology is the game. Pull through, learn some things. I have classes every Monday. I have as well services that I run where I break down your individual astrology in depth so you can understand the energy signatures behind each of the things that you have. So when things happen in the world, you're like, this is the energy I need to stay in. This is the energy I need to be in. So I range from birth chart readings where I break down your birth chart, progress chart readings, all the energies that are affecting you right now and where you stand right now. I do destiny readings as well, talking about your upcoming destiny, parts of your past life, your mission, and the aura that you naturally carry. I'm going to be breaking those down as well. Last but not least, I have everything you need to know, which is everything you need to know. And I also do live readings now as well. So feel free to check those out. Correspond via email, figure out the Zoom session. Boom, boom, break down the astrology, let you know. Thank you all for showing up. I appreciate all the love. Of course, the insight is what I'm here for every week. Same time. Every week at the same time. So it's going to be, like I said, it's going to be on this House of Intuition page. It's also going to be on my page as well, and also on my YouTube. Everything's Chad the Maverick. You want to find anything for me, on me, whatever, Chad the Maverick. Period. That's I'll make it as simple as possible. ChadTheMaverick.com is the website, which will connect you back to everything. So if you want to go to just that's going to be connecting you. Shout out to House of Intuition. Feel free to go in, grab some crystals, candles, etc. Palo Santo. I love Palo Santo. Grab some Palo Santo. Make sure that everything gets cleaned out. And until next time, have a great one, everyone. Peace out.